Hey there, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you get the notification right away. I am the owner's daughter. Y'all like my crown? See my crown up here and then my butterfly wings? Yes. Because I'm in my stages of transformation and transforming my life into the next highest thing, and prayerfully you are as well. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about something that's very, very dear to my heart and something that's kind of trending right now a little bit. And I want to I want to reference, I should say, two other YouTubers that I, check in on from time to time, and I really respect the work that they do. And the first one is Dr. Umar Johnson. I know. Don't give it to me. Don't give me no negative. I get it. Everybody's been like crying and complaining about the fact that he hasn't opened up the school yet. Well, it's a process, I'm sure. And I don't know what the process is, but I'm just still praying that he's going to make good on all of his commitments after all of the funds that he's collected to make it happen. I know that one thing in particular that I'm sure has made it more challenging than it would normally be is the fact that he's doing it totally independently. He's creating an educational institution that is not dependent on anything in the system. And I know that's a piece of work. Whenever you step outside of the box that this system wants to put you in, it's going to be some extra. So, but anyway, Dr. Umar, he had a conversation on a podcast, I think maybe a couple of weeks ago or something like that. And the whole internet has just been on fire with it. The men are like mad because he's holding them to accountability. Me personally, I'm thankful. I've been waiting for some black man of some notoriety to actually stand up and speak the fullness of the truth, get to the root of the matter. And the root of the matter is that the condition of the black community, black women and children, is a direct reflection of the leadership or lack thereof of black men. So when we look at ourselves collectively and we see what the mess it is that we're in, you have to look at the head. That's just what it is. In any scenario, the masculine energy is the head, is the leader on this three-dimensional realm. The feminine energy, we lead in other ways. We lead from a spiritual aspect. But if we're not mature enough to do that, we struggle. Just like men who are not in control of their physicalness, they struggle in their leadership as well. But if we work together, we can get through all of this. And the issue is that the system of white supremacy, the system of racism, the system and the society of living black in America has just really damaged us as a people on so many levels. And at the same time, we all still have to be accountable for the parts that we play that keep us where we are, that don't allow us to raise up and grow to higher heights, because we are better than this. We are so much better than this, and we know it, and everybody else knows it, but we just won't seem to get it together. So I'm so thankful, Dr. Umar, that you have expressed on a whole nother level. It's like on this podcast, he said, I'm here to talk to the brothers. I'm here to talk to the brothers. We're talking about manhood. We're talking about being a man. We can deal with the sisters, but right here today, I'm talking to the brothers. And I love that, because what has to happen right now is the more mature brothers have to start dealing with counseling, aiding and assisting, and pouring some levels of wisdom into the heads of these younger brothers, this new generation of males. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I really haven't. And I've been on this planet for quite a minute. And I've never seen, first of all, I've never seen the condition of the world being in such a toxic, horrible state. under European rule, under Caucasian rulership, under white people governing things, running things totally and completely in the ground, destroying the planet, destroying indigenous people. Just, we know the story. So we're in this situation, and there are different parts to the puzzle that have created this very dysfunctional picture that we as a Black people are now experiencing. And we have to look at each piece. You know, you can't just keep pointing at this one and pointing at this one and pointing at this one. It's like if you're the CEO of the company, you started the company, you put the business plan together, you hired the people, you know, and you appointed people into positions of authority. And then when the company fails, you're going to try to blame it on the people? No, it don't work that way. You started this. You're the head of this. You have to take responsibility for your part in it. And that's all. Take responsibility for your part. What I love about my sisters right now is that we are doing that work. We are taking responsibility for ourselves. And yes, there's always that element that ain't going to be accountable, that ain't going to do the work. Those were the ones that's going to be falling off the edge of the earth any second now. Any second now. I promise you. So I'm not worried about them. I'm really not. Some of us were birthed into this experience out of pure lust. And the thing about that, the spiritual side of that, is that what people don't understand is that, you know, low vibrational entities enter into low vibrational entities. If it's built on lust, if it's built on deception, all of these types of things, and then that's the kind of vibration you're bringing forth into this reality. And all that kind of energy does is self-destruct and self-destroy itself. So I'm not worried about that kind of energy. What I'm concerned about is where we're going as we are growing into this fifth dimensional reality that we're now in. Everybody is not vibrating high, and those that are not, they're just gonna fall off, and it's okay. And it don't matter if it's our family, because everybody ain't going, everybody can't make it. And the only reason why is because people refuse to raise their vibration. You refuse to do your own inner work. You want to blame the system. You want to blame the white man. You want to blame your mama. You want to blame your daddy. You want to blame the man you was with. You want to blame your children. No more blame. No more blame. No more blame. Right now, our words are so powerful. Our visualizations are so powerful. So all you have to do to make a shift in your own life is get in alignment with your truest self. And then everything around you is going to get in alignment too. And then there are visionaries like myself. But we just are watchers of the universe. I am a member of the heavenly host, and I have been sent here to be a witness of this time. Every time I go out into the world, people always ask me, where you from? Where you from? I'm like, yeah, from a whole nother planet altogether. Because nothing that's on this planet resonates with my highest soul. I'm here to help us elevate. So back to Dr. Umar. You know, he sat in this podcast, and I promise you, every time he made a point, these gentlemen ignored what he said completely, as if they never even heard it. They came back with their excuses, with their blame games, and he kept bringing them back to the root cause. And I love that. I love that, because eventually we always got to get back to the root. We got to get back to the root cause. And if you don't get to the root cause, you're going to die off the symptoms of your own dysfunction. And I'm not stressing over whoever's falling off, because the bottom line is there is no such thing as actual death in the way it's been portrayed to us. We're just going back to the divine source. We're going back to be purified into the light. And then if our work is not finished and we still got agreements that we got to fulfill, we just come again. We just come again. All right, I'm hoping this thing is not showing up on my video when it's time, but somebody is trying to text me. Anyways, my other, one of my very favorite podcasters, very controversial, very controversial. But let me tell you something. This sister has opened my eyes. She has, when I first started listening to her, I was mentally struggling and rejecting a lot of her delivery and the things that she was saying. Very much like that other guy, KS. Even though he spoke a lot of truth, his delivery and the way he was doing it, I could tell there's no love in this, with what he was doing. Now, this sister, she got love in what she's saying, but she firm with it. And I love that about her because I'm firm too. So anyway, she helped me to understand, to do my own self-analyzing, and to analyze the pathology of the Black men in my life. Because I'm listening to her saying all these things, I'm saying, and then we always, as women, as Black women in particular, we're very defensive about Black men. We are. And it's because we're so very much male identified. We have been indoctrinated into this mindset of being male identified, that I'm nothing without a man. I gotta have a husband. I gotta protect my sons. And we do need all of these things, but not to the detriment of our highest purpose and our highest goals, not to the detriment of our own safety and the sanctity of our own lives. And a lot, unfortunately, of Black women have done that. I've done that in my past, in all honesty. I've been in some horrible scenarios, hanging in there way longer than I needed to, after I done got every red flag you could ever get, and not exercising no wisdom, just being male identified, holding on. Yes, yes, we need each other. I have enough love for both of us. No, there's no such a thing. I have to have the love for myself so that the God in me can manifest itself, and you have to do the work to activate the God in yourself. And if you don't have that love principle within yourself, all the love in the world that I can give you is never going to make it manifest for you. And that's just the reality. And I've lived through that enough to know that that's the case. So I'm going to tell y'all who this sister is. I love her. She is so beautiful in so many ways. And she is so intelligent. If I was a man, I'd marry her and get her off the internet. I promise you I would. But I'm not a man and I can't do that. So anyway, this is Miss Cynthia G. Be shocked if you want to, darlings. But Miss Cynthia G is liberating a lot of Black women on this planet. Liberating us out of these dysfunctional relationships that do not serve us, where we're being abused, neglected, just so many things. I don't even want to get into the horrors of dysfunctional and toxic relationships. But she forces you, and what I love as well about her platform is she brings the evidence, she brings the data, she brings the statistics that show improve, she brings the visual testaments to the truth that she's speaking. And you don't have to like it, honey bun, but it is the truth. It is the truth. And I just think that she's doing a great thing. I pray that God keeps her safe, that that her life continues to be blessed. And I do as well pray that she evolves beyond where she is at this time, because where she is at this time is as well a manifestation of her own woundedness and the stuff that she's gone through, and it just is what it is. So but what she's doing is really helping to liberate a lot of Black women. I don't agree with everything she says either. It's just like Dr. Umar. You're never going to agree 100% with anyone. That's weird. Who does that? Everybody has their own unique experience in life and their own unique perspective on life. So we're never going to just 100% agree all the time. And if that's the case, you got something like that going on in your life, somebody lying. Somebody is lying, and somebody is playing a game and tricking somebody into something. So I don't always agree with the way she delivers, but I believe that she is absolutely sincere in her heart and in her goals of helping Black women to understand that we do not have to suffer the way that we have been suffering. And because of the suffering, our community is suffering. She's helping us to understand that there is a pathology in black men, as well as there's been a pathology in black women that has devastated our community as a whole, and that we have to all break out of it. The brothers got to break out of it. The sisters got to break out of it so that we can be our best selves. And then those of us that are going to survive all this drama that's going on the planet, we're going to create a whole new level of blackness on earth. Yeah, that's right. Because heaven on earth is coming. We're moving into the golden age. We're coming out of this drama, out of the Piscean age. We're in the Aquarian age now, the period when all things done in the dark are coming to the light. This is why so many people are catching that karma, and hard. Yes, darling. You better be planting some positive seeds. So to bring it all together, let me give you this understanding. We have to always remember, as African people, melanin dominant beings, black people as they call us, that we are the eldest child of creation. We are the eldest child of creation, and everything and everyone came after us. What does that mean? That means that we are the original everything. And guess what else? That means that we were the original racists as well. Okay? That's a story for another day. But we are definitely going to talk about it, because there's a reason why the youngest child, the non-melanated child, is running the planet. Because our ancient ancestors, got so full of themselves and their own ego and their own greatness that we forgot that it was about the Most High. And we made it about ourselves. And this is the problem. And see, I don't want to get into no religious conversation. I don't even do religion. I don't want to get into this thing about God and this, that, and the other. But there's an order in the universe. There is a divine order in our universe. And it dictates. It's like, let me give you this example. You and your husband or your wife, y'all married. Y'all having a date night. Let's say y'all got 5 children. And when you go out on your date night, do you leave the eldest child in charge, or do you leave the baby in charge? Okay? Right, easy answer. You leave the eldest child in charge. This is the sign that lets you know that we as African people are the true governors of this planet and this reality. We are the true governors of this planet and this reality. Okay, I don't care if you don't like it. I'm not trying to be offensive to anyone. I'm just trying to help you to understand who you are and who you're not. Okay, so with that said, and I just lost my train of thought, but it's okay. So we leave the eldest child in charge. Oh, I was good. Here it is. So when we think about the enslavement that our ancestors has gone through, we always hear that, slavery has been here since the beginning of time, and it has. Yes, it has. Because I suppose that's just the natural order of things as well, on a certain vibrational level. But the reality is that our ancestral enslavement has been the absolute worst, oppressive, devastating, traumatic enslavement of any group of people. And I recognize that as like this. So when your this couple that's out on their date night, when they get back home, they find out that the baby has gotten a hold to a lighter. Why? Because the older kids, they all playing video games. They in the room playing video games. They caught up. They're not paying attention to that little 2 or 3 year old. That little 2 or 3 year old done found the lighter and done set something on fire. Then the parents done got home and the house is on fire. Yeah. Do you think those parents are gonna reward that oldest child? Who they gonna be? They're gonna punish not that baby, but that eldest child that was supposed to have been in charge. You were supposed to be in charge. You were supposed to be looking over everything. You were supposed to be making certain that everything stays in order, that nothing traumatic happens while we're away. Excuse me. And so I see this as the reason why our ancestors, our people, have gone through the most critical, the most harsh enslavement experience, because we get what we deserve. We reap what we have sown. That's just all it is to it. We can't blame the white man for doing what the white man does. Survive. Survive. We're going to talk about why that survival had to happen like that too in another session. But so we have to understand that if we never get a reparation, we're going to be all right if we stick together. If we organize ourselves, even if you just organize yourselves in pockets, whether it's your group of like-minded friends, your group of business venture partners, your group of family, your church group, your spiritual movement group. But we as African people, as melanin dominant beings, as the eldest child of creation, have to get ourselves in order so the rest of the planet can get in order. And it's not going to happen until we do that. So one of the biggest threats to our survival as a species right now is in this thing that they call AI. And I've been really studying and researching up on it the last couple of months or so. And eventually I'm going to do a piece on that. But the bottom line is we have to get our family together. We have to get ourselves together as a people. We have to stop all of this infighting. No other group of people does this. And you know, the thing is, we say that, but the reality is that we don't really know that. Because unless you're a part of a specific racial group or ethnic group, we don't know the nuances of things that go on in that group. We only know the nuances that go on within our group. So we just don't necessarily see other groups doing these kinds of things that we're doing on the internet. Black men bashing black women, black men dragging black women, black men making black women the brunt of every joke they can think of. Black men out here talking about how other women are better and this, that, and the other. It's like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? And then as soon as my sister Cynthia G tells us we need to stop birthing y'all, which is our power. That's a part of our power. We decide who comes here. We do. Then y'all want to be mad. Then y'all want to call her something like some white supremacist. No, darling. She is helping to ensure that the African race of us survives what's going on. That's what's happening. If that means we got to wait through some period, to begin mating again with the right kind of energy, that's what we do. But I promise you, I agree with what she's saying, that we should not be birthing in any of this foolishness into this reality based on the way that you gentlemen who are not gentle or manly are treating us. And I love us. I love black men. I want to give some big ups to the good, solid black men out there. They are there. They're out there. I know them. I know a whole crew of really good, positive black men who are about their community, who are about their families, who are about their children, who are about doing positive things, who are about building within the community. I know these brothers. They are there. They exist. But let me tell you something else. These other bandits, as she calls them, they scream a whole lot louder than the decent brothers. And this is what is echoing out into the universe. But remember this, your words belong to you, my darling. They do. What you reap, you shall sow. Your words belong to you. So all this ugliness that you want to put out here on the internet against black women, it's all yours. It's all yours to reap. You will be the one experiencing these things. There is no success in it. Not 1 ounce. And my sister, who are on low vibrations, my darlings. You are headed for self-destruction. That is a choice. You are free to make it. The Almighty has given us free will on this realm of existence. We either exercise divine will and be blessed, or we exercise free will and get a whole bunch of lessons. All I can say is do what you do. Do what you do. Yes. Skid into the fires of trauma, drama, toxicity, and get gone off my planet. That's to the brothers and to the sisters. All this toxic energy y'all got going on, I want you to keep it up so your karma can come fast. Karma come quick and get your butt off this planet so you can go back to the source and be purified and come again if it's your destiny. Because we're not doing this. We're not doing this. This planet is going through a massive and major reset. And you have the power to be a part of that in the most highest sense. Or you can be a part of the trash that gets shaken off the axis. It's up to you. It's up to you. And eventually we are going to be back in our proper place. We will. We will. I hope to meet you there. I love y'all. Be your best. Love yourself and each other in them awesome words of Jerry Springer. Child, please. Y'all have a good one. I'm going back to eating my peaches. Love y'all.